What's going on, guys? Welcome back to an all-new episode of WrestleRant Ranks here today on the channel. I'm Graham Giason Matthews as we inch closer and closer to WrestleMania 41. We have a lot of WrestleMania content coming here to the channel, specifically on WrestleRant Ranks. So today we're doing a quiz. I was going to do a tier list. We'll probably save that for next week. I do want to rank every main event in WrestleMania history. I'll probably save that for either next week or the week right before WrestleMania, the week of WrestleMania, whatever. So I thought we would take a break from the tier list this week, go back to the quizzes. And there's a lot of interesting quizzes to do. And I found this one, because obviously you could do like, oh, every Undertaker WrestleMania opponent, every WrestleMania main event. Those are way too easy. So I found a quiz here on Sporkle, or whatever it's called, however you pronounce it. I'll put it in the description box if you want to do it yourself. Hopefully before you watch this video, because if you do it after you watch this video, it's going to be way too easy. But it's the longest WrestleMania matches ever. Naming every long WrestleMania match at WrestleMania for the last, 41 WrestleManias or 40 WrestleManias? Yeah. So the longest matches at every WrestleMania. I think I could probably do this. Honestly, I haven't seen like the earlier manias in so long that it's going to be hard to say. But honestly, seeing the amount of slots in each one, the time, I could probably do it. I think I could probably do this quiz. You have to name every long match, and it's not like I remember every long match at every fucking Mania, but you have to name every WrestleMania long match in 9 minutes or less. And there's 92 names to name, and obviously some of those are repeats. So that's what we're doing here today. So hopefully you guys can play along, do the quiz before you resume this video, pause it. Okay, you're back, and now we can do the quiz together. And you can make fun of me for whatever I get wrong or don't get right. So let's get into this. 9 minutes to name every long WrestleMania match in history. Play quiz now. All right, so I know the first one is definitely the tag team match with Hogan, fucking Mr. T, obviously. The tag team match at 13 minutes and 24 seconds is the longest one in at WrestleMania 1. So Piper and Orndorff, obviously. There we go. So that's that one. Mr. T and Piper, also the longest match at Mania 2. I didn't even think about that. Mania 3, was not Andre and Hogan, but it definitely was Steamboat and Savage. I had just looked up how long that match was actually pretty recently, so that's why I remember that. WrestleMania 4 being 15 minutes? Or is that... Yeah, that's WrestleMania 4. What match would have gone 15 minutes at WrestleMania 4? We can go back to that later. Mania 5 was Savage and Hogan. That one filled out itself. Warrior and Hogan was 22 minutes and 50 seconds. That's crazy. I mean, that match is great, but I'm honestly kind of surprised it's that long. Mania 6 or 7 is Savage and Warrior. 8 is Savage and Flair, because we know Savage faced him on that show. 9 is, isn't it Money Inc.? Beefcake. I spelled Beefcake wrong. Hogan and Beefcake versus DiBiase and IRS. Okay, that's WrestleMania 9. That went almost 19 minutes. Holy shit. Mania 10 was not Michaels, but Shawn Michaels was in the longest match at a lot of WrestleManias. Holy shit, that filled in a lot of spots there. Well, we know that he faced Cena. Triple H was in a lot of the longest matches too. Holy shit, he's like fucking half of this list. But Mania 10 was not, or Owen and Brett probably, right? Yeah. Owen and Brett, 20-minute opener. The longest one of WrestleMania 10. WrestleMania 11 was definitely Diesel and Michaels. WrestleMania 13 was Hart and Austin. Mania 15 was Rock and Austin. Mania 2000. I mean, this honestly is a lot easier than I thought, actually. We might actually be able to do this. Mania 8 was Flair and Taker. Well, I wrote Taker. Undertaker. All right. 19, Michaels and Jericho. 20 was Triple H, Benoit, and Michaels. We know that. Angle for WrestleMania 21 against Shawn Michaels. 22, Cena and Triple H. These already filled themselves out. Cena and Michaels for 23. Edge and Undertaker for 24. Let's see. Orton and Edge at 36. I wrote that one down for night 1, I believe. Or no, just overall WrestleMania 36. Edge and Taker for 24. 25, Michaels and Taker. 26, Michaels and Taker again at 23 minutes. Their first match was 30 minutes long. Wow. Taker and Triple H at 30 or 27 at 30 minutes. 30 minutes again at 28. Rock and Cena at 24 minutes. I thought that match was longer at 29. Oh, no, wait. Oh, they definitely went closer to a half hour, 28, but that match was just longer. 29, it's 24 minutes that Rock and Cena win. A lot of shorter matches on that show. 30 was definitely Bryan and Triple H. 31 was Sting and Triple. That's the longest match on that show, Sting and Triple H. Man, that Mania had a lot of short matches. 32, Taker and Shane McMahon. 33, Seth Rollins and Triple H. 34, Rousey, Triple H, and Stephanie. Stephanie McMahon. I got to write the McMahon. 35, Batista and Triple H, 24 minutes. A little too long for those two at that point. Roman Reigns was in 37. Him, Edge, and Bryan almost went 23 minutes. 38, Edge and AJ Styles was almost 25 minutes. That was not a particularly great match. They had a good match, but you thought it would have been better than it was. 39, Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Okay, honestly, we fucking nailed this thing. This was a lot easier than I thought. The only thing that we're missing 2 names here. And the 2 names that we're missing are from... What WrestleMania are we missing? Oh, Mania 4. What the fuck happened at Mania 4? I have no... I mean, we had the title match. Perfect, maybe? Who was the longest match at WrestleMania? It's a singles match. Perfect, Savage, Rude. Yes, Rude. Who did Rick Rude face at WrestleMania 4? Was it a tournament match or a regular match? I'm assuming he was the Intercontinental Champion. He did not face Warrior because Warrior is already on here. Oh, man. Who did Rick Rude face at WrestleMania 4? That would have been 1988. So it wasn't Honky Tonk Man, right? He had, No, I'm writing it in just in case. He did not. Who did Rick Rude face at WrestleMania 4? Piper? No, Piper's already on the list. Not Piper, not Hogan, not Savage or Steamboat. I already wrote in Perfect. I'm not really sure. I think we might have to concede on this one. Andre the Giant, no, but I'm just checking here. Who held the belt in 80? Oh, Bulldog, maybe? I don't think so, but let's see. British Bulldog? No. So, because the SummerSlam in Wembley was 92. That was years later. I'm just thinking, who was champion? Like, after Steamboat won the belt, Rick Rude may have beat him for it soon after. And Honky Tonk Man was champion. When was Honky Tonk Man champion? When was Honky Tonk Man champion? 88? Wasn't it SummerSlam 88? So Warrior must have beaten, or wait, what? I don't know. So Rick Rude, I'm going off of whatever the IC title match is. It definitely wasn't an IC title match. It was definitely a time limit draw or some bullshit that Rick Rude had. It was 15 minutes flat. I just don't really know who else he would have faced. Not Flair. I might just give up. Because I'm trying to think of who else he would have faced. And you guys probably already know by looking it up right now, thinking, oh yeah, it was obviously this guy. But I'm just thinking back on like the 88 roster and who would have been on the roster at that point and who would have been in that. I'm saying the Intercontinental Championship, but it definitely wasn't for the IC title because by that point, Honky Tonk Man would have already been champion. I don't know. I'm trying to think who would Rick Rude have faced in 1988, especially if it was like a tournament match. Adrian Adonis, maybe? No. Coco Beware? No. We got about a minute and a half, so I'll let the clock run out here. But the fact that we got 91 out of 92, I guess this list was a lot easier. This quiz was a lot easier than I thought. I'm trying to think who Rick Rude would face though in 88 at WrestleMania 4. Hopefully it's someone that I wouldn't have guessed, and it's not someone that I'm just missing here. Oh, man, I'm trying to think. Who's like on the 88 roster that would have made sense to face Rick Rude in a 15-minute match? Oh, my God. Again, not Steamboat. Rick Rude. Bundy? I don't know. Bundy. Roberts. Jake Roberts. Yeah, there we go. Let's fucking go, baby. Jake Roberts. That's why you let the clock run out. That is why you let the clock run out, because you might just come up with a random answer off the top of your head. Let's fucking go. 100%. Honestly, I'm kind of shocked the average score is 81. I feel like that was a very easy quiz. A lot easier than I thought it would be, like I said earlier. I thought that would be a lot more difficult. So we got 100%, the longest matches in WrestleMania history. So as a fun fact for you guys, we'll run down the list one more time here for those curious. Hogan and Mr. T against Orndorff and Piper in the tag team main event at WrestleMania 1 went a little over 13 minutes. That was the longest match in the first Mania. WrestleMania 2 was Mr. Piper versus Roddy Piper, or Mr. Piper, what the fuck? Mr. T versus Roddy Piper. Mania 3, Savage and Steamboat Instant Classic for the Intercontinental Championship, only a 14-minute match. Mania 4, Jake Roberts and Rick Rude, as we just figured out. WrestleMania 5, Randy Savage versus Hulk Hogan. Mania 6, Hogan and Warrior. 7, Savage and Warrior. Kind of just changed the names there a little bit. Mania 8, Flair and Savage. Mania 9, the tag team match with Hogan and Beefcake against IRS and Ted DiBiase, Money Inc. for the tag titles. Mania 10, Owen Hart and Bret Hart in the opener. Mania 11, Diesel and Shawn Michaels. Mania 12, Hart and Michaels, the Iron Man match, obviously. Mania 13, Hart and Austin, their classic match. Mania 14, Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold. Mania 15, Rock and Stone Cold. Mania 2000, the Fatal 4-Way elimination match that we talked about in the show last week with Triple H's WrestleMania match ranking. Triple H, Big Show, Mick Foley, The Rock. Mania 17, Rock and Austin, almost a half an hour. That's a long time. Mania 18, Flair and Taker, Jericho and Michaels. And Mania 19, Mania 20, Triple H, Benoit and Shawn Michaels. Mania 21, Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels. Mania 22, Cena and Triple H. 23, Cena and Michaels. 24, Edge and Taker. 25, Michaels and Taker. 26, Michaels and Taker again. 27, Triple H and Taker. 28, Triple H and Taker. Both went about a half an hour. 29, Rock and Cena. 30, Bryan and Triple H. 31, Sting and Triple H, which is very surprising. I'm maybe because the interference from NWO and DX really made that match last, but I'm surprised that match was almost 20 fucking minutes. 32, and that there was no match longer than that. 32, Shane and Taker, inside Hell in a Cell. 33, Rollins and Triple H. 34, Angle, Rousey, Stephanie, Triple H. 35, Batista and Triple H. 36, Edge and Orton, Last Man Standing. Very long fucking match. 37, Roman, Edge and Bryan, Triple Threat. 38, Edge and AJ. 39, Roman and Cody. In WrestleMania 40, Roman and Rock versus Cody and Rollins. So those are the longest matches in WrestleMania history. That was a fun quiz. Thank you guys for playing along. I appreciate it. Probably a ranking coming up next week with either WrestleMania theme songs or WrestleMania main events. That's to come here on WrestleRant Ranks in the next week or two. So stay tuned for that. Next Monday coming up here on the channel. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video for more daily content, or subscribe rather for more daily content, and also hit the bell button to be notified every single time we go live and every single time we upload a new video. Have an awesome one, guys. Enjoy WrestleMania season. I'm Graham G. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.